It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Good morning and welcome to John Barbose Stadium at Wheaton Field, where today the Millville Thunderbolts host the Vineland Fighting Clan, the 154th meeting of this Thanksgiving tradition. With Tyrell Dunn, I'm Rich Van Noord, and Tyrell, you played in this a couple of times, as a matter of fact. So what are your recollections? How did you feel going up against Vineland, and what was the mood of the team?
It was always fun. It was always, we know that they are a rivalry. I know some of the kids, actually one of the kids I used to play against growing up in midget league and obviously into high school, Ryan Shelton's on the other side coaching. So yeah, I go to say what's up to him. He goes, "Oh, you're the only Millville guy I like." So the rivalry doesn't just last in high school, doesn't last in midget league. It lasts forever. So it was always fun, but it's always, you know, that you want to beat your rival. I don't care what the records are, that wash that all out. You want to beat your rival, so both teams are going to come in here and play their absolute hardest.
And with the Thanksgiving Day rivalry, it's always nice to have the success that Millville's had. You know, a 22 state championship. They've gone to 3 consecutive sectional finals. They've had a lot of success, but without a win against Vineland, your season's kind of shot. People are like, oh, but you lost to Vineland.
Right. We could be, 10-0, 11-0. I wouldn't care, but if you lost to Vineland, that's the only thing I'm thinking about. Is we could have lost to Winslow, whatever, but if we lose to Vineland, then it's so different. But yeah, it's a beautiful day for ball. A little bit cold, a little bit on the colder side, but why not? It's Thanksgiving. It's a beautiful day for ball here.
Millville 6-5 on the season, but according to Max Preps, they're number 25 in the state, because if you consider who they lost to twice to the Group 4 champion, I believe Winslow's going to win that game against Ramapo on Sunday at Rutgers. They also lost to Washington Township. They're in the Group 5 state finals, right? And they also lost to Rancocas Valley as well. So, you know, Millville has lost to some very tough teams. 6-5, pretty good record considering the competition. Vineland struggled, and they're 2-8.
Yeah, I even asked Coach in our pregame interview, I was like, this game is so lopsided on paper. You know, Millville's such a powerhouse. They have so much talent on the team. And then you come in and you look at Vineland, where, like you said, 2-8, struggling the year, but you still can't let this one slip by you. But yeah, Millville had some tough losses, and it was tough to call them games because you know that they should have won, could have won, if they didn't have penalties and mistakes and all the other stuff. But they're still such a good team that you hate to see that they didn't win such a final and aren't to that next level. But, you know, it's still been a great season to watch them.
And for the seniors, this is the end of the line for them. This is their last game. So there's got to be some motivation, you would think, Tyrell, to send those seniors out with a win.
Yeah, that's how I felt in 2019, 2020 in that Thanksgiving game. It's like I was a senior, so it's like I wanted to win. We ended up not winning because it was like a last second to Ryan Shelton, actually, the kid that I was talking to earlier. It was like a tight end, like he just veered out and nobody's seen him, and he scored a touchdown to pretty much seal the game for Vineland. But it's like you want to send your seniors out. I know this team is young. They still have a lot of returning guys, but you still want to send your seniors out. You want to give them I know the season didn't end the way they wanted to, but you want to send those seniors out on a high note.
And that game, by the way, in 2019 was a 27-26
yeah.
Vineland win.
That was rough.
And that's the last win in the series. So let's give you some statistics here. So the series is tied 67-67 with 19 ties. So the winner today will take the lead. Millville has not had the lead since the very first game was played in 1893. So understanding now, Millville has a chance to make up ground. If you take a look and go all the way back into the series, Vineland had a streak in the 20s, 30s, and 40s where they only lost once to Millville. And there were some ties in there. And so the Vineland had dominated it. So ever since that point, Millville's been trying to make up ground. They had it to within one game in 2016, but then Millville lost to Vineland 4 straight times in 16, 17, 18, and 19 to get 5 behind, and now we've won the last 5. So Millville has a chance to take the overall lead in the series. Also, if Millville wins this game, they'll have won 6 straight. They'll have clinched the 2020s as far as a decade. They'll be 6-0, so they'll clinch the decade. Vineland has not won a decade since the 1970s. Okay, so Millville has won every decade since the 1970s. That's the level of rivalry. And Millville today will be without their star wide receiver, Reggie Holly, for undisclosed reasons. He will not be playing today. So that's going to be a big loss for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it will be a big loss, but like I said, on paper they are just so much of a better team. I don't look at metrics and all that stuff, but if I were to be one of those NFL analytic guys, it's like Millville wins in every category, where offense, defense, special teams, even though it's been struggling a little bit this year. Even on special teams, it's Millville all the way. But it's funny you see all that history, and isn't it? I think the funniest thing about it is how they are tied at 67 in the year of 2025. The 67 is the number one number in the year for some odd reason. We have Ryan in the background saying 6'7", but
no, we have Tyrell in the background.
Yeah, we do. When QBC made the post, I commented. I was like, "Oh, the 67, okay.
6'7", that's right.
Of course, I'm on the call.
It's kind of a theme.
Of course, I'm on the call when the series is tied 67 to 67 in the year of 2025. But yeah, they're going to be without Reggie Holly, but I still think they use Jaden Days. And I was actually talking to Jaden Days' dad before the game, and he asked, "Do you commentate the game?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And he was asking me like what I think about the schemes and stuff like that, and he was like, "I feel like they're not using Jaden Days enough." So now today is a day where they can use Jaden Days a lot.
And they certainly used Jaden Days in the game against Winslow, although it's a lopsided loss. Millville gave up the ball 3 times, leading to 3 touchdowns. But Jaden Days had 2 touchdown catches, over 70 yards in that game, and he has proven that he is a valuable asset. And for Millville, Robbie O'Connor, the quarterback, Jaden Days, and Reggie Holly all coming back next year. So Millville has something to look forward to next year.
Oh, 100%. They're such a young team. Like I said, they have some missing parts that are not. They have some parts that will be missing next year because obviously they're seniors. But Millville has been so well at replacing those spots with young talent from the Midget League and stuff like that. They're coming up, and the young guys, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, who just didn't get that spot because of seniority, and they just might be the better player. But with those seniors leaving, do you have a chance to bring those younger guys in and watch them develop, watch them, see what they learn, and just throw them to the fire. You know who Millville is. They're one of the top teams in New Jersey. Like you said, 25 in the state. So you get a chance to those younger guys in the off season, in the weight room, see how they develop, see how they play, and then we can hopefully fill that spot and keep it going next year.
The sad part about what's happening in New Jersey high school football, NJ.com was reporting on it all week, are the dissolution of some of the rivalries that are going on today in Roselle. Roselle and Roselle Park are ending their 106-year tradition of Thanksgiving Day games. You look around South Jersey, some of those rivalries that you've seen, like Woodstown against Salem, that's gone. So the scoreboard today is going to be light. There's a push in NJSIAA, which is the governing body of high school sports in New Jersey, to kind of get rid of this Thanksgiving Day tradition. And you take a look at you take a look at this rivalry. 132 years, 154 meetings, and it's kind of hard to give up. And there are a few athletic directors out there who are not going to give up any of these rivalries that are left.
And they shouldn't. It's not just for the team; it's for the community. You see the community out here, Vineland 2-8. They still have a good crowd out here, and Millville will always have a good crowd. But this is one of the best games, one of the longest-standing rivals, like you said, in the country. Why would we get rid of it? And I get what they're trying to do with the playoffs and stuff like that. I understand. But it's Thanksgiving. Like, that's a day where you wake up, you watch Millville, Vineland, you watch any rivals play ball, you go eat, then you watch NFL football. You have the whole day for football. Thanksgiving is full of giving thanks in football. And football.
No question about it. And so, the NJSIAA, to accommodate Thanksgiving, does allow, and they push off like the only rivalry going on today that affects the state playoffs is Camden versus Camden Eastside, and that game's being played as we speak in Camden. The Panthers, the Camden Panthers, they are going to play Wednesday. So instead of having to play during the weekend, they push it off to Wednesday, so they'll play at SHI Stadium in Piscataway at Rutgers, and that'll be on Wednesday against Shabazz, which also, believe it or not, they have their rivalry game today as well. So the tradition of Thanksgiving Day rivalries is going by the boards, but here's hoping that Dave Lagamba and other athletic directors will cling on to those traditions, because this is, you can't beat. And Coach Ayala wanted to know if something he can impart on his team to motivate them. And the number one thing I told him was, you can tell them that by playing, they'll be part of 132 years of history. And there's a lot of history here. You can tell them that these guys that are on the field now, representing the 1975 team, at some point in their life, they will be them. And they'll want to keep that tradition going 50 years from now to young Thunderbolts as they come through the system as well. So a ton of history, and that's my editorial for today. I want to make sure that this rivalry never goes away. It is a Thanksgiving tradition that everybody looks forward to. And I understand that Vineland's not very good, and it's been lopsided lately, but there's been some tremendous games in this rivalry. The 1977 game here comes to mind, in which the referees literally stole the game from Millville. We can talk about that later on. But the Vineland band is getting ready, and they are on the field. So let's take it down the field as the Vineland players leave and the Vineland band gets ready to enter.
This marching band is now ready to take the field for their Thanksgiving performance. The 2025 edition of the Vineland High School Marching Band, entitled Toys No More, and comes with musicians, color guard, and a drum major who are all ready to blow you away with their performance. With their red jackets, black bibers, black Aussies, with attached white plume and limited edition sequin guard uniforms. This selection is one you don't want to miss out on. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to Wheaton Field at John Barbose Stadium for the 154th meeting between the Vineland High School Fighting Clan and the Millville Senior High School Thunderbolts. Prior to today's game, we'll be honoring members of the Millville's 1975 championship football team. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the 1975 Millville Thunderbolts, a team who went undefeated at 11-0 and won the South Jersey Group 4 championship. Members of this 1975 Thunderbolt, beginning with student trainers Kurt Haywood, Bob Hoffman, managers Bob Vai, Mike Honachai, and Clarence Hoffman, doctors Doc Mintz and Doc Jones, freshman coaches Dan Wright, Bill Shaughnessy, and Al Caldwell, and varsity coaches Ed Andrews, Bob Hogan, Rich Keppel, Paul McCluskey, Ron Shea, and head coach Tony Serace. The sophomore members, Doug Bailey, DeAndre Barber, Doug Canone, George Chadwick, Stan Coleman, Manny Aranglou, Joe Favre, Tom Feen, Ralph Fowler, Dan Gale, Manny Gonzalez, Ray Horsey, Kevin Cavanaugh, Ken Marshall, Rudy Matheson, Luther McDonald, John McLaughlin, Glenn Murray, Scott Oliver, John Powell, Chris Price, Brett Quinn, Jim Robinson, Gene Schroeder, Ray Teagle, Lamonte Tony, Dan Wilson. The juniors, Craig Andrews, Terry Corsi, John DiOrio, Rick Freeman, Joe Francois, Mike Harris, Andy Jeanette, Ned Johnson, Kevin Kiley, Terry McDonough, Tom McGinty, Cal Murray, Kevin Payton, Kevin Price, Jim Reese, Ed Romanick, Al Vanneman, and Bud Williams. And the seniors, Rich Andrews, Ray Appel, Ralph Esquillan, Calvin Bowser, Bubba Green, Kurt Hess, Rick Coons, Ron Lamb, Vandal Lee, Rick Marshall, Jim McCormick, Dan Powell, and Cliff Regno. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1975 Millville Thunderbolts football team, 11-0, South Jersey Group 4 champions. We'd like to ask the captains from the 75 team to please stay on the field. They will serve as honorary captains for today's game. We welcome you to Millville High School and hope you enjoyed today's football game in the spirit of good sportsmanship. Today's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the NJSIAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators cannot promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated and could subject the violator to ejection and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. Spectators are reminded not to loiter, especially near the refreshment stand, and everyone should remain seated during the game. Anyone who is disruptive in any manner, which includes running, will be ejected from the game by the police. Bottles and cans are prohibited to be brought into the stadium. By order of the fire marshal, smoking is prohibited on all school grounds. Violators will be removed by the police. At 11:30 a.m., the gates will be locked and no one will be permitted to enter the game. Your cooperation is appreciated. Fans, please enjoy the complimentary football program for today's game provided by the Millville Athletic Department. They can be picked up at the entrance gate. Team rosters and information on today's game are included in the program. We'd also like to thank the Thunderbolt Club for all they do for our student athletes, including offering 25 scholarships to deserving seniors each year. This year we welcome Vineland High School. The Fighting Clan entered today's game with a record of 2-7. They are coached by Mr. Jose Guzman. the 2025 Millville Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts Center today is getting a record of 6-5. They're coached by Mr. Bert Ayala.
Officials are at midfield waiting for the coin toss. There's a commemorative coin marking the 50th anniversary of 1970.
The captains for today's game for Vineland, number 5 is Ali Travis, number 7 Elijah Calderon,
By a score of
23 Zach
22-12 to win the sectional title for the Thunderbolts. And they would not win it again until 2016.
Number 57 Octavian Spence, number 71 Isaiah Johnson.
Trying to identify the honorary captains. I see Jimmy McCormick's out there. Star tight end and linebacker for the Thunderbolts on their 75 team. Vineland actually played 2 consolation games. That is allowed in the rules because the playoffs start in late October. They, if Vineland had only played that 1 consolation game, they would have almost a month layoff without a game. So they scheduled a second consolation game, and they won their second game against Hatch Township. Their other victory this year is against Clearview. Now, so it looks like
Writers won the toss. They deferred to the second half. They were kicking the defenders off. Gentlemen, shake hands to your team. Let's go play football. Good luck. Happy Thanksgiving. Gentlemen, thanks for being honorary captains today.
Tyrell, you've got a lot of tradition here, but you take a very good 6-5 team, and Vineland struggling, but that doesn't matter. You have to stay focused. If you're the coach, what are you telling the team?
I literally asked Ayala before the game, I was like, how do you let this one, how do you tell your players to, not let this one slip through their hands? Because it's like a division rival where it's like, you look at the Broncos-Raiders game, the one Thursday night, where Broncos are 8-2 or 7-2, and the Raiders come in at 2 and whatever, and it was only a 10-7 game. Like, the Broncos struggled in that game. But it's like, it's a division rivalry where it's like, you don't, everything that is like part of the rivalry, that stays, and the records don't, that does not matter.
We will take a pause for our national anthem. Millville High School Marching Band with their rendition of our national anthem. We're just about set for first quarter action here on QBC 22 in Cumberland County. Also, Facebook Live, Instagram, and also YouTube. We're all over the place, Tyrell.
We are. We are.
And there's the QR code on your screen. That'll navigate you right to Quinn Broadcasting wherever you are. So coming on to kick off Brett Brosh for Vineland. And there is a wind blowing after the storm rolled through last night. Looks like it's a south-southwest wind, which means it's blowing right now in the face of Vineland. But mostly across the field. But if anybody's affected, it's going to be going from left to right on your screen. Some wind will be at the back of the Thunderbolts here in the first quarter. O'Neal back deep for the Thunderbolts. They do a squib kick. And the ball is fallen on. And Millville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. So very good field position for Millville.
1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts.
Coming on the quarterback for the Thunderbolts is Robbie O'Connor.
And today's keys to the game is contain the quarterback. He's not very great. I don't want to say that, but you know has a little north of 844 yards. He can probably be use his feet to get there. Execute offensive. That's the key of the game, of every game. So and it doesn't change against a team that in Vineland, 2-8 Vineland.
Jasir Graves is the running back in this set with trips to the near side. O'Connor back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to Days. He's got it, and the ball is underthrown. Incomplete. Days beat his man. That was Caden Chestnut. But the ball was underthrown, incomplete, and the wind looks like it affected that throw.
I was going to say, it looked like it was right on Jaden Days' hands, but it just died out a little bit, so Jaden Days had to adjust to it and wasn't able to. But what a way to start this game out, right? Like, you're taking a shot downfield already. I mean, when you're that much of a powerhouse and that much of a favorite in this game, why not? Why not let you score against your rival?
And again, they bring trips to the near side. Graves is the running back. O'Connor in shotgun. Vineland showing pressure. They bring 2 linebackers. O'Connor back to pass, has a man down the middle. It's Devontae Smith. He's got it, and he's going to be taken down after a touchdown. 61 yards from Robbie O'Connor to Devontae Smith, and it's a 6-0 Millville lead.
Yeah, the George Pickens, the hold on to the I guess the padded part of the field goal post. That's hilarious. But like I said, why not take that shot down the field? Why not score against your rival? And they started off on 2 plays where it really could have been the first play if the wind didn't kill that ball that was going to Jaden Days. But why not go? Why not do it again? Why not do it again? So now 6-0 Millville with the kick on the way.
Powers on for the extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:41 left first quarter, 7-0 Millville. Back after this timeout.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Tristan Shepard will kick it off for the Thunderbolts.
Kicking off for Millville, number 54, Tristan Shepard.
Back deep is George Figueroa and Zyleek Travis for the Fighting Clan. Knuckleball taken by Travis. Looks for a hole, then cuts it back up. Has a bit of a seam and takes it out to the 37-yard line. Good return by Travis.
Brought down by number 54, Kristen Shepard.
And Tyrell, I'll tell you, the underrated part of Millville's game is that for the past, nearly almost a decade while you were playing as well, is they have a kicker. Because, I used to say, they count too. It's like kicking the extra points and potentially a field goal. And Powers has 3 field goals on the year. And very good on the extra points, which is big. Calderon's the quarterback, takes a snap, fakes, drops back to pass, throws it out. He's got a man, and the ball is incomplete. Out there was George Figueroa, and he was wide open. And the ball just fell through his hands.
I don't know what Figueroa was doing, because he was wide open. He jumped back away from the ball. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing. That ball was right on him. If you look at the replay here, I don't know exactly what Figueroa was doing.
That might have been knocked down by the wind, too. But,
oh, wow.
I guess he was trying to adjust to the ball and over-adjusted.
Right.
Second down, 10, the ball at the 37-yard line. Straight ahead handoff. And getting up to about the 40-yard line is going to be Omar Davis. It's going to be a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Going back to your point about the kickers, though, yes, that is a very underrated part of the game. If you don't have a good kicker, there's sometimes you can lose games. I think, going back to my years against Shawnee, I think it was the semifinals, we lost that game 27-19, or 27-18, I'm sorry. And those 3 points we left on the board, multiple points, just because we didn't have a kicker.
So trips to the near side for Vineland. Pistol set. Calderon back to pass. Has a man over the middle. It is caught, and over midfield to the Vineland 47 goes Xavier Alvarado. Gain of 13 and a first down.
Good play to call there by Vineland. That middle of the field for Millville was wide open, and they took advantage of it.
Gain of 13 gets to a Vineland first down.
Pistol set for Vineland. They go with a wing to the near side. Calderon takes a snap, handoff, and getting 2 yards to the 45-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like they'll give him to the 44-yard line to Omar Davis. So a gain of 3, second down and 7.
A lot longer drive so far than Millville's had.
Not hard to beat 19 seconds.
Yeah, true.
Under 10 minutes left, first quarter. 7-0 Millville. 61-yard hookup from Robbie O'Connor to Devontae Smith. 2 wides far side, 1 near. Offset pistol for Vineland. Ball goes through the legs of Calderon, and he will recover at the Vineland 49-yard line. It's a loss of 7 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14. Third down and 14 for Vineland. They'll send Travis out to the far side. They go quads to the near side. And they go bunch in the slot. Millville's going to bring pressure. We have a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout. Vineland. 8:36 left first quarter. 7-0 Millville back after this.
Call with delay game.
TD Bank sees millions of transactions, but we never forget it's the humans behind them that matter most. So, even though we're leading, changing where and how people bank, and we have the financial strength and industry expertise to support small and global businesses, We'll always believe in putting people first. And believing that is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
Celebrating moments, honoring memories.
And now, back to the game.
Third down and 14 for Vineland. The ball at their own 49-yard line. Vineland offense has shown a bit of life here on their opening drive. Quads to the near side. They go with that same set they went into the timeout with. So third down and 14. Millville's going to bring pressure. Here they come. And Calderon throws. The ball's tipped and intercepted. And that's Jaden Days. Down the sideline. Touchdown. Jaden Days. There's a flag on the play. We'll check it out.
Looks like a legal man downfield. That's what the ref is signaling to his other.
It's an illegal man downfield against Vineland. So that 56-yard interception return will count.
I love a good tip drill, Rich. Just throw it up, try to tip it up. You might not be able to catch on the first try, but on that second try, pick it off and take it back home like Jaden Days did.
Powers back on the field for the extra point. Snap, the kick, and the kick is no good. Wide right.
That kick was almost blocked.
Let's take a look at the interception again. Millville did bring middle pressure. The ball was tipped. And officially, it's going to be a 58-yard interception return. 13-0 Millville. Back after this timeout.
Celebrating moments, honoring memories. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey has over 125 years of dedicated service to the community. Whether you choose burial or cremation, you can hold a funeral service to honor your loved one. We are happy to provide a traditional funeral or something completely unique. Our honest service and commitment to excellence have served our customers well, and you can rest assured that we can assist you in your time of need. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey.
And now, back to the game.
Travis and Figueroa back deep for Vineland. There's the kick. High. End over ender. That will go into the end zone. And Vineland will take over at their own 20-yard line.
This may very well be like that Syracuse Notre Dame game, where it was 70-7.
I got to tell you, it was 35-0 after the first quarter.
Yeah, it was, 21 points put up on the board before the offense went out?
Yeah, so
Two pick sixes and a punt return?
Yeah, correct. So in that game, Notre Dame, their offense when they first took the field, they were already up 21-0.
That's an insane stat. That's like insane to think about.
So Vineland comes out 1st and 10. At quarterback is Figueroa. He's going to take it on a direct snap, and he's going to lose yardage.
Final carry number 7, Elijah Calderon. Tackle number 12, Sincere Gilmore.
Figueroa tried to take it. Lost yardage back to the 18-yard line, so a loss of 2. They'll bring up a 2nd and 12. Calderon coming back on the field. I don't see him, Tyrell. I mean, did he get hurt? Was he hurt on that rush by Millville when he threw the football?
Yeah, I'm looking for him on the Vineland sideline. I don't necessarily see him. So I don't know if he's in the huddle or not.
And Vineland's going to call another timeout because the play clock had run out. We'll take a timeout with them. 7:31 left first quarter, 13-0 Millville back after this.
Celebrating moments.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
And now, back to the game.
So Calderon, the quarterback, Elijah Calderon, is on the trainer's table on the bench. So that's why Figueroa is out there. And he's going to run again, and he's going to keep it after the fake jet sweep. And again, he'll go nowhere.
Yeah, like you said, like you were saying, Calderon must have gotten hurt on that pick six there by Millville on their first drive. Whether maybe a block or something like that. But as you see, Roselle Park is up on Roselle 20-13 in their own Thanksgiving Classic.
And it'll be the last game between those two teams. The 106th game will be their last on Thanksgiving Day. So it brings up a 3rd down and 13, the ball 17 for Vineland. Figueroa back to pass, and he's going to be swarmed under. Millville brought the pressure back to the 11-yard line. Loss on the play of 6, and Vineland will punt the ball away.
And with Calderon out, they really are limited to direct snaps. And even with that, trying to go for a pass there, just nothing there. Millville's defense just swarming the ball as they should against this weak, violent offense. So good on Millville for getting to go 3 and out.
Brett Brosh is standing in his end zone with wind in his face, or wind blowing across the field, but it will affect this punt. There's the punt, a high spinning kick, good punt as a matter of fact. Saunders at his own 40, has room over midfield. He's going to try to get to the sideline, but won't make it. But a good return, and now a flag is thrown. We'll see what that flag is. It may be a face mask. It is a face mask against Vineland, so first penalty of the game that's accepted.
The flag on the play for face mask against Vineland.
And that's 15 yards added on to the end of the 5 yards. I'm sorry.
It's not a personal foul.
Gotcha.
It's just a grabbing of the face mask.
Gotcha.
5-yard penalty.
Still, Millville is in great field
From
position.
the Vineland 35-yard line.
Millville's got it. 1st and 10. And now a 5-yard penalty against Millville for motion. 1st and 15 for Millville. Welcome back to the 40. 5:52 left. And Middletown South with a lead over Middletown North. 6-0. See if we can get a score from Bader Field in Atlantic City, that big rivalry between the Vikings and the Spartans. 1st and 15 for Millville. High snap. O'Connor's going to throw it out in the flat. He's got Saunders at the 40. 35, gets down to the 31-yard line. Good play by Saunders to get 9 out of nothing.
It's funny because I know I'm not old, but the way that he was playing on his feet and making guys miss, I know I wouldn't be able to go out there and do that. So good on Saunders, and he's young. He's another guy that's returning to the Bolts next year. So I love to see his growth. I love to see his development. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table next year.
Ronald Saunders, just a sophomore. So Millville will have a stable of skilled position players next year. Millville goes 4 wides, 2 to each side with O'Connor in shotgun and Jasir Graves to his right. Now they bring Saunders across the formation. O'Connor back to pass. He's got him in, and it's underthrown. It's Days again. He had him on the post, but the ball was underthrown.
I'm not sure if that was the win or just an underthrown ball by Robbie O'Connor there. But once again, Jaden Days wide open. That's 2 times Jaden Days has been open, but Robbie O'Connor hasn't been able to hit him.
3rd and 6 for the Thunderbolts at the Vineland 31-yard line. .452 left first quarter. Millville will send James Jackson out to the far side, trips to the near side. 3rd down and 6. Vineland going to bring pressure. Here comes 2 linebackers. They throw it, it's Days. Days looks for room. He's got the near sideline. He breaks a tackle. He's going to go in for the touchdown. 31 yards to Jaden Days, and it's now 19-0.
I was about to bash him for going backwards because you never want to see somebody go backwards. But he did the right thing. He went backwards, scoped out where his guys were, where the Vineland's guys were, and made a couple moves and scored a touchdown. So good on Jaden Days.
Coming on for the extra point will be Powers. Vineland brought edge pressure on the last PAT, and Powers missed it. This one is good. 4:42 left first quarter. It's Millville 20, Vineland nothing. Back after this. Oh, back after we watched the replay here first. You see Days just sat down in the middle of the field. It was zone coverage by Vineland, and Days just got the sideline, and 1 missed tackle, gone.
Dead ball personal foul penalty against Vineland. Could be assessed on the kickoff.
And there's also a personal foul. When we come back, it's 20-0 Millville.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
And now, back to the game.
$20-0 Millville. And here's the kick. It's going to be a squib kick. And it's going to be picked up by Millville on the onside kick. So Millville recovers it at the 33-yard line. And now a flag. Unsportsmanlike against Millville, so that 15-yard penalty will take them back to the 48. So the ball's placed at the Vineland 48-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Millville from there. So you're already in Vineland territory, Tyra. Why not onside kick?
It's definitely a decision to onside kick it up 21 or up 20-0. Like I said before, I think I said in the pregame, if you want to run up the score, why not? Last game of the year against your rivals, I'm not mad at it.
Well, not just that. I mean, you're always taught to play to halftime. You always played until halftime. After that, Millville goes 1 wide receiver near side, a wing to the far side. O'Connor in shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Cobbs. And Cobbs has all sorts of running room. Breon Cobbs, is he going to get in? Yes. Touchdown, 48 yards, Breon Cobbs.
That was a simple run right up the middle, Rich, and great blocking from Millville, from Millville's O-line, and Cobbs just seen his lane and took it.
So Millville strikes it on the first play again. And Powers comes on for the extra point. There's a snap, ball down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Let's see the run here by Cobbs again.
Like I said, I think it's just a simple run, simple inside zone. Great blocking there by the Millville O-line, and there's just green in front of Cobbs' eyes. And Cobbs took it all the way.
Now, Travis did a great job of catching him with his speed, but he couldn't take him down. And we'll take a break back after this.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great
And there is a stoppage here. Shepard kicked off the ball, but
penalty flag on the play, offside against Millville.
So Millville will kick it off to the 35-yard line after the offside. So Millville has held the ball on offense for a minute and 41 seconds.
Like I said, that's reminding me of the Notre Dame game, because if you look at the time of possession, I think Syracuse had the ball for 43 minutes. And still, with that 43 minutes, they did nothing but score 7 points. As you see, AC's up on Holy Spirit by big 21-0, kind of like this game here.
And that's a surprising score. Now, Holy Spirit had a very good season. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to hit. Travis is going to fumble it at the 12-yard line. Millville Special Teams gets there, but Travis does a great job of finding a seam and getting to the 30-yard line, so he made something out of nothing.
Good on him for making that adjustment, not worrying about muffing the punt or muffing the kick. You know, he didn't let that get to his head. Adjusted quickly, got the ball in his hands, and had a good turn.
So 4:23 left first quarter, 27-0 in favor of Millville. Ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for Vineland. And is Calderon back in the game? No, it's going to be Figueroa in the game. And he is in shotgun. Straight handoff, and that's going to go to Davis. And Davis loses yardage back to the 27-yard line.
Speaking of Calderon, it looks like he's still on the athletic trainer's table over there on the Vineland sideline. So I hope it's nothing too serious, because we haven't seen him on the field in however long the last 2 Vineland drives. So hopefully Calderon is okay. We never want to see anybody with injury, or no matter what team you play for, we never want to see anybody with injury.
Well, when he threw that ball, Millville brought middle pressure through the A gap. Now his ribs were exposed and he took a hit when he threw the interception that Days took back. I'm only assuming that's what happened. George Figueroa in shotgun. He's going to run it himself, and he's going to try to find room, and he gets to the 29-yard line, gets 2 yards back. It's going to be 3rd down and 11.
Some pushing and shoving there by Vineland and Millville. And we knew coming into this game, two rivals that don't like each other, no matter, I don't care about the record and stuff like that. Two rivals who don't like each other, and there's going to be some pushing and shoving. So I like to see the aggressiveness from both sides. Don't let it get to that next level. Just, keep on the field. Make sure your head keeps on straight,
The ball's at the 30-yard line, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 10.
There's called a run right there on the sideline. I'm talking to one of the athletic trainers, get some water. I hope he's okay.
Figueroa takes the snap. He's going to throw it. And the ball is thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Vineland will send in the punt team. Back deep for Millville is going to be Saunders and O'Neill, waiting for the Brosh punt. If he punts, which it's 4th and 10, he probably will. And he does. And the spinning kick taken by Saunders at the 32. Looks for room. He's got the sideline. Flag on the play. This one's coming back.
Multiple flags on play by both the Vineland sideline judge and the other far side judge on the hash. Both of the flags relatively in the same place. So like you said, pretty sure it's coming back. Maybe a hold or a block back by Millville.
So will be against Millville, but it'll be a 1st down. It takes away a good return by Saunders. The only thing that Millville has not done well is control the penalty so far.
And that's the only thing throughout the whole entire season, Rich.
So Millville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Millville empties the backfield. 2 wide to the far side, 3 near side, 2:16 left in the 1st quarter. O'Connor in shotgun, takes the snap over his head. He's got to go retrieve. He's got time, so he's going to look for somebody. And now he throws to the sideline. He's got O'Neill wide open. And he'll be taken out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down, gain of 11.
Great job on Robbie O'Connor to not let that get to his head once again and adjust to the play. Know that he has time. Know that you have trust in your offensive line to keep you safe. And then great job on Evan O'Neill for not giving up on the play and coming back to where his quarterback can find him wide open and get that 1st down.
But they actually practice that. If you get in trouble and whatever side he's coming to, you either go down the field and for the long pass or come back to the ball to help out your quarterback. And O'Neill did the right thing. He came back to help his quarterback. And it's 12 yards and a 1st down for Millville at the 39-yard line. Another snap over the head of O'Connor. This time he's being rushed. And he's going to needs to fall on it. He does not. Vineland's going to pick it up and take it in for a touchdown. O'Connor, instead of falling on it, Vineland picks up the loose change and takes it in for the touchdown.
We see those high snaps every now and then, but 2 in a row to where Robbie O'Connor does a great job in that first one, but that second one, he should have just fallen on it because we see, I think, like 4 or 5 white jerseys right in front of him.
So right there, Vineland brought 5 or 6 man pressure. O'Connor should just fall on it, and the ball was picked up. For the touchdown, Darius Hill from 4 yards out. And Brosh comes on for the extra point. Snap, ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:44 left in the 1st quarter. It's Millville 27, Vineland 7. Back after this.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Imagine
Time for
living
Thunder
without
Football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
So Brosh will kick it off for Vineland. O'Neal back deep for the Thunderbolts. Opening kickoff, he squibbed it. We'll see if they do that again or try to kick it deep. And they will squib it, and the ball is going to be offside. Offside against Vineland. So they'll have to try this again.
On the kicking team.
So Millville's going to have to be cognizant of that, that onside kick. Here's the next attempt, and there's the squib, and it's fielded, and fielded cleanly, and now we have another flag. Surprise, surprise.
Flag on play.
And I believe the person who recovered that was Nyshawn Jones. All 5'10", 234, you see him flying to the ball. And the flag on the play is going to be against Vineland. So, little chippy out there right now. And so Vineland will be assessed a 15-yard penalty, and Millville will have it 1st and 10 at the the 36 of Vineland. 1:43 left first quarter.
Over the Vineland 36-yard line.
Millville has 2 wides to each side. Graves, the running back, O'Connor in shotgun. Now they bring Saunders across the formation. O'Connor back to pass. Looks, he's going to throw to the man on the crosser. And that's going to be James Jackson, I believe. And it is. And he's going to be run out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 8. 2nd and 2.
A lot better snap there. They were on the sideline practicing those snaps. A couple of them were still high, but then towards the end he did get it right. So I'm glad to see that they still have trust in their center to make sure those snaps are right. And that was a really good snap right there.
Trips to the far side, Days to the near side. Graves to the left of Robbie O'Connor, who was in shotgun. O'Connor, another high snap, gives it to Graves. Graves goes straight ahead. He is close to a first down. Even on that broken play, he might have gotten it. Let's see what he spotted.
It's funny because I was just giving props to the center too, and the next thing you know, the next play, he had another snap that was high. It's like an announcer, James, you hear me talk about it, he goes, I still got to mess it up this one time. Hopefully he straightens it up for the rest of the game, though, because, I mean, it should be, 34-0 at this point?
1st down and 10 for Millville. They give it to him.
2-yard gain, that's good for Millville. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the Vineland 26-yard line. Jackson and Saunders to the far side. O'Neal and Days to the near side. O'Connor in shotgun. Graves is the setback. There goes O'Neal to the far side. O'Connor back to pass. He's got a man wide open. And that's O'Neal, the motion man. And he will get inside the 10, down around the 5-yard line. And that'll be a 21-yard pass to O'Neal and a first down.
That pass was a little bit behind O'Neal, but that still was a great play call, bringing Evan O'Neal into motion. And nobody followed him, really. And he was outside on that wheel. I guess you want to call it a wheel route or just, an out route. But he was by himself on about the 15, 20-yard line, just by himself pretty much. But if Robbie kind of leads him, that's a touchdown. Great play call there.
Play clock and game clock are almost identical. Millville comes out with 2 running backs, Cobbs and Graves. O'Connor takes the snap, hands it off. It's Graves, another bad snap, and Graves gets nothing as Vineland caved in the interior of that line, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. With the score, Millville 27, Vineland 7. Back with second quarter action after this.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Millville will have a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. As we start the second quarter of action. Millville will come out again with 2 wides to each side, and Graves the running back. Fly sweep, Ronald Saunders, he cuts it up and he's in for the touchdown. 5 yards to Saunders.
I see Yellow motioning to the sideline for the kicking team to stay on the sideline. They're going for 2 here, and they're bringing the heavy boys in. They're bringing Cuff and Jaden Jones in for a heavy package.
Here's the fly sweep here. Saunders had plenty of room. Takes it in for the score, and Millville will go for 2. And now a timeout on the field will take it with him. 11:54 left. You gonna stay here? Okay. The boss tells me we're staying here. Okay. 11:54 left here in the second quarter, and Millville leads this game by a score of 33-7.
It's crazy. We might get a running clock or at the start of the second quarter.
Before
half at least.
You know, I have to familiarize myself with NJ at that part of the rule. It's definitely a mercy rule. However, I believe it's second half. I think it's in the second.
So there's no running clock even if they're up by 35 in the first half?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Okay. It may be. So Millville comes out of the timeout. So Days in the backfield with Cobbs. Millville goes with 1 wide receiver to the near side. He fakes it to Days, throws it in the end zone, and it is caught for the extra point. And that is Jaden. Was that Jaden Jones? No, check that. I believe, hold on, it's Breon Cuff. I thought it was number 9, but it turns out to be 0.
It was number 9.
Let's see who catches the ball.
Jaden Jones there.
That is Jaden Jones. So I was right the first time. Go with your first instinct. Either 9 or 0. So it is a 2-point conversion, and Millville leads this game 35-7.
Little J.J. Watt action there. Put your best defensive man on a tight end spot and just throw it to him. Got a big frame, and why not? Why not try something out?
So Millville will kick the ball off. Back deep, Figueroa and also Travis for the Fighting Clan. 35-7 in favor of Millville. Since I don't know the rule in full, we'll find out if Millville scores another touchdown.
Which probably will happen. Which will happen because, I mean, Vineland's touchdown only came on a fluke play.
And the ball will go into the end zone, and Vineland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So Vineland will come out. And is it Calderon or is it Figueroa? And looks like Figueroa is going to stay in at quarterback. I do not see Calderon on the trainer's table anymore. No status on him. Figueroa, straight ahead handoff, and diving into the line is Davis. And Davis is going to get about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
I see Calderon over there, just standing on the sideline, no helmet on. Looks like he's probably out for the game, which is obviously unfortunate. We're never supposed to see that.
Well, if he doesn't have a helmet, it could be concussion protocol. Obviously, it's all mere speculation. We just wish Calderon the best. Second down and 7 for Vineland. Second and 7. It's going to be Figueroa again. He thought he saw a hole, but Millville closed that up in a hurry. No gain for Figueroa to be 3rd down and 7.
We got a word from our boss there. No running clock until the second half.
Until the second half. There you go. So there's your answer. Third down and 7 for Vineland. The ball at their own 23-yard line. So the Fighting Clan were up against it to start this game, and they lose a very athletic starting quarterback in Calderon, who looked very good on the first drive. 3 wides to the near side. Figueroa in shotgun. Figueroa back to pass, throws it over the middle. It's caught, and with the ball, and getting to the 25-yard line is Carlton Thomas. So it's a gain of 2 on the play. Brings up a 4th down and 5. So you were right to start the game. I had Carlton Thomas as number 2. You had him as 24, and he turns out to be 24. So now I have to correct the program. Rosh back to punt. Saunders and O'Neal back for the Thunderbolts. Snap is good, and there is the kick. Low end over end. Takes a bounce, and O'Neal picks it up. He's over midfield. He's looking for room on the sideline. Cuts it up, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Evan O'Neal. Wow, let's take a look at that play again before the extra point. What a play by O'Neal. They had him dead to rights on the sideline.
So they thought.
And they didn't have him dead to rights on the sideline. So there's the kick, and a great play by O'Neal to not let it bounce. And so he picks it up right at the 43, so a 57-yard punt return by Evan O'Neal, and Powers comes on for the extra point. And the kick is good. And here's O'Neal running into the end zone. So do we stay here or we take a break? Let's take a break. 42-7 in favor of Millville. Back after this.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
We were mistaken there before the break. The extra point was actually no good. So 41-7 Millville with the kickoff now.
And here is the kick, and the ball is going to go out of bounds, and so it's going to be brought out to the 35-yard line, and Vineland will have it 1st and 10. If they elect to take it at the 35, they can ask for a re-kick as well. See if they elect to take it. So Vineland elects to take the ball at the 35-yard line. They're on the far hash mark, and that's where they'll have it 1st and 10. First and 10 for Vineland. The ball at their own 35-yard line. So Davis in the backfield, and Figueroa stays in at quarterback. Figueroa hands it off. Straight ahead handoff to Davis, and he is smacked. And he will lose yards back to the 31, so a loss of 4.
Brought down by number 57, Octavian Spence.
Second down, 14 for Vineland.
Four-yard loss, 2nd and 14 for the Fighting Flame.
Vineland brings 2 wide receivers to the near side. Pistol set for Vineland. Figueroa's the quarterback. Fumbles the snap. He's just going to take it and fall down. Back to the 28-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 3.
Smart move there by Figueroa, just to fall on the ball. You don't want to risk, fumbling again, kind of like Robbie O'Connor did on his bad snap. That led to the violent defensive touchdown, but just smart on him to get him the ball, secure that ball, and make sure that nobody else gets his butt. Lost him a couple yards, but still your ball.
Brings up a 3rd down and 18 for Vineland.
Third and 18 for the Fighting Flame.
Vineland will bring 2 wide receivers to each side. Davis to the right of Figueroa. Now they bring Alvarado across the formation. Bad snap. Here's the pass, and it's intercepted. And taken in for the touchdown is going to be Marzine Johnson.
Absolute disaster day so far from Vineland. Fumble, snap, then try to throw a screen. And yeah, Marzine Johnson he had a better play on the ball than the actual running back for Vineland. Great job, great read by Marzine Johnson to sniff out the screen first of all, and then second of all to obviously pick the ball off and take it back for 6.
So coming on for the extra point will be Amelia Holmes. Out of the hold of Breon Cobbs. Snap, ball down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:59 left in the first half. It's Millville 48, Vineland 7. Back after this timeout.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I'm
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Shepard will kick it off for Millville, and Travis will pick it up at the 11. Weaves his way through traffic and has the sideline, and Shepard has to take him down, or else he would have scored.
He's a little shifty there.
Good job by Travis. And I'll tell you, look, good effort by Shepard to take him down. And I'll tell you what, you're down 48-7. You got a guy like Zyley Travis giving it his all, giving max effort on this kickoff.
Which is something that you love to see. Like, you don't want to give up. I understand that you're down by a lot. You probably have no hope of coming back, but you still got to play it all for your own sake. So you gave it your best, although we couldn't come out on top. You still can say that you gave it your all.
1st and 10 at the Millville 45-yard line. 6 minutes left here in the first half. And Figueroa stays in at quarterback. Figueroa looks for space. He's got it to the left side. And taken down to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 5-yard gain for Figueroa, 2nd and 5.
That was his best run ever since he came in and Calderon was out for that injury, for the unknown injury. That was his best run. That was a good 5-yard gain.
Able to slant that run into the beat gap. There was some space there for Figueroa, 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. Handoff, straight ahead is going to go to Davis. And that time they had a tackle uncovered. So you knew it was going to be a run.
Right. And that time, I mean, Millville's run defense has been good all year. No matter who they've played, Millville's run defense has been outstanding. And when your longest run, or one of your longest runs is a 5-yard gain, that's saying something about Millville's defense.
So right now, Vineland has negative 10 yards rushing for the game. and 5 total yards. So trips to the far side, Travis to the near side, 3rd and 5. Here comes Millville's rush. Figueroa back to pass. He's being trapped. He'll be sacked. 10-yard loss back to the 50-yard line, and it's going to be a 4th and 15. And it looks like Vineland will go for it. Nothing to lose. You're down 48-7.
And 15 for the Fighting Clan.
Clock now under 4 minutes, 3:35 left here in the first half.
Play clock is also ticking. And it looks like Vineland's not,
They're not in any hurry.
No, that's what I was trying to say. They're not in any hurry.
Vineland empties the backfield on this play, so 5 wides. They take the running back, Davis, and put him in a slot far side. Figueroa back to pass. Here comes the rush. They got Travis, and coming back for the tackle is the tank. Darnell Williams comes. He was at the line of scrimmage, saw the pass, and he leveled Travis, and Travis is not getting up. Gain of 6. Ball turned over on downs. So Darnell Williams is a guy that you don't want hitting you with a full head of speed.
Yeah, when he has a 10-yard head start and he's just diving at you, and now obviously you see what happened. But as you see, injury timeout, so we'll take it with a move back right after this.
TD Bank sees millions of transactions, but we never forget it's the humans behind them that matter most. So, even though we're leading, changing where and how people bank, and we have the financial strength and industry expertise to support small and global businesses, we'll always believe in putting people first. And believing that is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
We're all looking for God.
And now, back to the game.
So, looks like Travis is being helped off the field. It was a clean tackle. There's no doubt about that. It was a clean tackle by Darnell Williams. And kudos to him for coming off. He was at the line, pressuring the quarterback, saw the ball released, and then he had a full head of steam at 5'8", 240. And Xylee Travis is a bit smaller than that.
Just a bit, and obviously you see what happened. We don't want anybody to get injured, but when you, like you said, run up with a tank like that, when he's running at you with a full head of steam, it's kind of hard to get out of the way of it. And also, for blunt force, so like you said, 5'8", 240 pounds of straight muscle coming at you.
So Millville will take over at their own 44-yard line with 3:07 left here in the first half, up 41 points. Stay tuned at halftime. We will have the Millville Marching Band and their show. Days in motion. They hand it to Days. Now they go razzle-dazzle. Now they go on a screen pass to Days. Days avoids the first tackler and is taken down after a gain of 7.
I don't know if you see on this right side of the field, the near side, Evan O'Neill was down the field wide open. Nobody's seen it, but I guess when they wanted to run that screen to avoid, one, having a lineman downfield, and 2, a potential mess up and incomplete pass, God forbid a interception. But Evan O'Neill was wide open on this side of the field.
Second down, 3, ball at the Vineland 49-yard line. Millville has 2 timeouts remaining. 2 wides to each side. O'Connor in shotgun. Takes the snap, straight drop back. Looks down the field. He's being flushed out. Then he tries to throw it to Graves.
Number 30, Justin Graves.
Because he couldn't find a man downfield, he just dumped it to Graves, and Graves wasn't expecting it, and so it's incomplete.
Well, he tucked the ball like he was going to run, and Graves is like, oh, I'm going to block for you. So if you look here, Graves is expecting Robbie to run and is not expecting to pass because Graves is about to block that guy. And if Robbie would have kept that ball, it would have been a long game. So
it would have been a first down.
It would have been first down plus more. So I see the confusion, but I think on Graves' side there was like you tucked the ball like you're going to run, so I'm going to block for you.
So 3rd down and 3 at the 49-yard line of Vineland. Days by himself to the far side, trips near side. And now we have a delay of game as the play clock runs out. So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 8. Ball to 46 of Millville.
5-yard penalty.
Clock under a minute left here in the second quarter. O'Connor takes the snap. Looks, he's going to get it to Saunders on the slip screen. Saunders has room, and he has the near sideline. He's taken down. He does have the first down at the 39-yard line. It's going to be a 15-yard gain, and is there a flag? Of course there is.
It's kind of a far side of the field where Jaden Days is.
It's going to be a hold against Millville. So a 10-yard penalty against the Thunderbolts. Their 6th penalty for 55 yards here in the first half.
Holding against Millville.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 18 with 35 seconds left in the half. Looks like this will be the last play of the half as the clock is running. Trips to the near side. O'Connor in shotgun. O'Connor back to pass, looks, has a man, it's O'Neal through his hands, incomplete, and the clock is going to run out as they're going to allow the running clock, and that'll be the end of the first half. We've played 24 minutes of football at John Barbose Stadium in Wheaton Field. It is Millville 48, Vineland 7, back with halftime festivities, and the Millville Marching Band will do that right after.
We're all looking for God. All the signs point to, there is really a God. We try to find him in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of places, and through all kinds of things. But there's only one way to find him. That's by personal experience with him. Come visit us this Sunday. We can introduce you to him. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Celebrating moments.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
It's sad. Back on another level.
Great job by our cheerleading team, coached by Miss Brannon. And now, please welcome to the field the 2025 Millville High School Marching Thunderbolts. This year's band is led on the field by drum majors Olivia Headley and Leilani Jones. The 2025 show this year is entitled Opposites. This year's instructional staff includes Robert DeSantis, Jasmine Kinlaw, Callie Mora, Richie Rivera, John Riley, Rick Bird, and Supervisor Margaret Kiefer. With parent volunteers Peter and Kim Belorio, Greg and Heather Headley, Rosalie and Ryan Abdil, and Tammy Gandy. The band would like to thank Mrs. Jamie Sutton, Mr. Dave Lagama, Mr. Bert Ayala, Mrs. Christine Brandon, and the Millville Board of Ed for all their support this year at football games and competitions. Now please sit back and enjoy Opposites.
Without chaos. Chaos. There cannot be order. Without one, there cannot be many. Without square, there cannot be groove. Square. 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 Without tension, there cannot be resolution. Without hate, there cannot be love. And without a beginning, there can be no end.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Millville High School Marching Thunderbolts.
Celebrating moments, honoring memories. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey has over 125 years of dedicated service to the community. Whether you choose burial or cremation, you can hold a funeral service to honor your loved one. We are happy to provide a traditional funeral or something completely unique. Our honest service and commitment to excellence have served our customers well, and you can rest assured that we can assist you in your time of need. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey.
Imagine.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
John Barbose taking the lead field 48-7 in favor of Millville. We had a chance to talk to both coaches before the game. Let's go to Liam Mulheron on the field.
Thank you, guys. Mulheron down here with head coach Guzman of Vineland. Coach, it's a chilly morning, but it's Thanksgiving morning. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm ready to rock and roll this morning.
Awesome. Now, you guys have done pretty decent this season. Better record set over last season. Well, any players to keep an eye on today?
Yes, absolutely. You know, you have Zyleek Travis, our wideout D-back. You have Omar Davis at fullback, tailback. You have George Figueroa the third. And, of course, Elijah Calderon. I mean, Quayshawn Davis to a wideout. We have some guys, man.
So, I do hate to touch the subject, a little bit touchy, but 2 Thanksgiving games, 2 losses. But, again, that was against peak Millville. This year, Millville is batting 6 for 5. It's been a tough season for them. How could we deal with some of the lingering frustrations from the season?
Bottom line is, at the end of the day, it's more than football. So if people don't understand that, God bless them. I know that. I've known that for the last 16 years of coaching. We get our guys where they need to be. You know what I mean? And that's outside of football is what I'm talking about. So our culture and our football program is doing just fine. We're rebuilding. We have a lot of freshmen, sophomores starting. It's okay. It's a process. And I know that the kids know that. We're here to play, man.
Fresh game, fresh mind. Well, thank you very much, Coach. I wish you luck today. Mulheron with Coach Guzman. Now I'll send it over to you, Tyrell.
Thank you, Liam. Good morning, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. Coach, how do you feel playing on this chilly morning against one of your biggest rivals, one of the most long-standing rivals in the country, pretty much?
Listen, we're just fortunate to be here and have the opportunity to play in this tradition, and our goal is to continue it and keep it going, unlike other teams in the state. So we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, I noticed that other teams were getting rid of their Thanksgiving games, but this game and also Holy Spirit versus Atlantic City, still one of the longest ones in New Jersey. How do you feel and how do your players feel being a part of something like that?
I mean, they know what it means to the city, so I don't think that they think that it's going to ever go away. So, I mean, I know our city. I'm sure down in Atlantic City, they'll do everything possible to make sure that this tradition keeps going on.
Love that. Going back to your season, though, you didn't start off too hot, going 1-4 in your first 5 games, and then something shifted, something turned around. You guys won 5 straight. What do you say to your team, and what shifted in the locker room?
Listen, we just kept playing football. We grew up quick. had a lot of young guys playing with guys getting hurt. So once that time came, everything clicked, and the rest was history.
Speaking of those young guys, you have a lot of guys returning your quarterback until your star wide receivers are coming back. What do you tell them, keep them motivated, and be like, hey, we're going to be back here next year, and we're going to finish it next year? How do you keep them motivated in a way that, you don't let this season get to them?
Standard's a standard. I don't need to say anything. They know what's expected every year. We went to our 5th straight sectional title. We've had a lot of success over the last, decade or so. So I don't think I have to say much. They know what to expect.
Lastly, on paper, this game looks lopsided. You guys are a powerhouse. Vineland hasn't been that good this year. However, you can't let your team have one slip away. What do you tell them coming into this game? Like, hey, I understand that we're better on paper, but we have to keep our own, hold our own, and make sure that Vineland doesn't get one up on us.
Well, we made sure that they understood what it meant, how much they have to put into it, because it's a rival. So, they're going to come out hot. They're going to come out with the intentions to play hard. It's the last game of the season for both of us, and both want to bring that trophy home. So the idea is we got to go play football, and we got to play 4 quarters of it so turkey tastes well at the end of the day.
I appreciate that, Coach. And that was all from here at John Barbose Stadium with Coach Ayala. Right back to you guys.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
We are back at halftime, 48-7 in favor of Millville. The clock, as per NJSIAA rules, will run continuously here in the second half. And Vineland will get the ball to start the second half as well. We have Tyrell Dunn, I'm Rich Van Noor. A little lopsided here, Tyrell. It's, I don't know if I expected it to be this easy for Millville. It's almost as like Vineland didn't bring any fight to this game.
And they had a little bit of fight that first drive, and then Calderon gets injured, and then it just goes downhill from there. Zyleek Travis gets injured as well on that hit from Darnell Williams, and it's like they're showing like bits and sparks, but when you're going up against like a team like a powerhouse team like Millville, it's that spark really is a short-lived. So
let's go to halftime stats before the kickoff here, and you can see that Millville had 204 total yards, and they only allowed 1 yard. So 6 penalties for 55 yards. Coach Ayala is not going to be happy about. Meanwhile, Vineland, 21 yards through the air, minus 20 yards rushing. And so that's not a formula for success.
Not at all. I don't think anybody anywhere would be able to win a game like that. So good job on Millville on both sides of the ball.
Shepard kicks it off, and we have a whistle. Again, I'm surprised. And it's going to be offside against Vineland.
Millville.
Excuse me, Millville. Got that one.
Penalty flag on the play.
So Millville will kick it off from the 35-yard line. Back for Vineland is Alvarado along with Figueroa. So no Travis in the game.
Offside against Millville. 5-yard penalty, they will re-kick.
Now I see Calderon is without a helmet across the field, but I do not see Travis.
Yeah, he took a pretty big beating there on that one catch and run by Darnell Williams.
And there is a short end-over-end kickoff. And it's taken by Figueroa, and he's going to get past the 40 to about the 41, and that's where the Fighting Clan will take over 1st and 10.
You see, when I was talking about the spark, Figueroa has a lot of that. You can tell he's shifty, you can tell he's quick, you can tell he's fast. Just the supporting cast around him is not good. So it's like putting a Lambo at a trailer house. It's like, such a good talent, but, it's not a lot.
I'm trying to imagine that comparison.
I always see that comparison when it comes to like the NFL players. It's like such a good player on such like Myles Garrett on the Browns. It's like on pace to break the sack record, but he's on the Browns.
All right, so Figueroa is in the game. He's got Davis to his right. Hand off, Davis, and he's got a little bit of room, maybe a yard. 7 carries for 3 yards for Davis in the game. Brings up a second down and 9. And time of possession in this game tells a story quite the opposite of what the time of possession would show normally. Millville only had the ball for 7 minutes and 10 seconds in the entire first half, and they had 40.
We brought up the Notre Dame Syracuse game earlier. Syracuse had the ball for 43 minutes and scored 7 points that whole entire time.
So we have an uncovered tackle to the near side, so it's going to be a running play, and it is. It's going to be Figueroa, and he's going to get about 4 yards to the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Injury for Vineland, it looks like. Vineland. Can't see the number on that. As you see, Holy Spirit is down by 15 in Atlantic City. Still, the game's not over.
2-score game.
Yeah,
and
they were down by 21.
See if the Spartans can come back from that. We have an injury on the field. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
And now, back to the game.
And the injured player, as you can see, is Omar Davis. So their starting running back is out, and in the game is going to be Darius Hill. Hill will be the running back. And he gets the handoff and gets a yard.
Finally, carry number 8, Darius Hill.
I'm pretty sure this game would have went Millville's way either way, no matter how you look at it. It's just very unfortunate that 3 of Vineland's top players, who, they don't have a lot of top players, as we see, they're 2-8 on the year, but 3 of their top players, Calderon, Travis, and now Omar Davis, walking very gingerly to the sideline. They're out now, but as you tend to fly.
Losing to Dumont, 28-12. Bergen County contest. 4th down and 4. And Vineland moves. Legal procedure against Vineland, their 5th penalty for 45 yards, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9.
Offense on the field.
So the clock is running continuously. It's under 9 minutes here in the 3rd quarter, 48-7 in favor of Millville. Vineland's only touchdown is a fumble recovery return for a touchdown. So 2 wides to the far side. There's the snap, unexpected. And Figueroa falls on it. And it's a turnover on downs anyway. Loss of 2 for Figueroa and a turnover on downs.
Looked like he fell on it, but his back, I don't know what exactly happened there. But the snap was, like you said, unexpected. way early snap, and then when Ferraro went to fall on it, he like fell the wrong way, and his back ended up on top of it, which leading to a Millville recovery. But like you said, it would have been Millville's ball either way.
So Millville at the Vineland 40-yard line. Jasir Graves in the game. He's the running back. O'Connor stays in. He's straight drop back. Looks back to pass. Throws it. He's got a man, and it looks like Days on a crosser down to the 25-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 15.
So funny, you see there that looked like there was like 5 white jerseys around Jaden Days, but he just was ahead of him. And Robbie O'Connor laid a beautiful ball on Jaden Days to where only Jaden Days could get it. And lead to a Millville first down.
Only their 4th first down of the game.
And they're up by 41.
So trips to the far side. And coming to the near side is Parry and McCoy. Fake, they're going to throw it to McCoy on a fly, through his hands, incomplete. He had a chance. Ball was well delivered by O'Connor, but it's incomplete.
He had a great release off the line, too. He had a little stutter step. Corner was like nowhere near him. If you see right here, great switch off, but that was a great release there by McCoy, and beautiful ball, like you said. Just went through his hands.
Second down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Now Vineland. So Days and O'Neal to the far side. McCoy is to the near side. And we have a flag on the play.
I think it's going to be a false start on Millville.
And it is a false start against Millville, their 8th penalty for 65 yards.
False start against Millville, 5-yard penalty.
So we'll bring up a second down and 15.
Play clock running down.
Wind has picked up just a smidge. About 10 to 15 now. And now we have a timeout on the field. 5:40 left, third quarter, 48-7 Millville. Back after this.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
And now, back to the game.
Second down and 15 out of the timeout. As you said, Tyrell, the play clock was draining, and Millville couldn't get the play off in time, and they already had an illegal procedure. So second down and 15. Feeney Childers in motion, and they give it to Feeney Childers around left end. He avoids a couple of tackles, and he's run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Number 14, lead by Feeney Childers.
See if they mark the ball. And they're going to mark the ball right at the 15-yard line. So it's going to be a 15-yard gain and a first down for Millville.
I don't know if you're seeing there, but Feeney Childers had to slow up a little bit on that snap. I don't know if the snap was a little bit delayed or whatever that may be, but he slowed up a little bit before he got the ball and then was able to retrieve it and get that first down for Millville.
So first and 10 from the Vineland 15. Feeney Childers in the slot near side. Jackson is the wide out to the near side. O'Connor back to pass. They're going for Jackson in the end zone. The ball's underthrown. Incomplete.
Looks like that was the win there. The ball was nowhere near James Jackson. He had the outside shoulder of the corner. And if Robbie would have thrown that to that outside pylon, that would have been an easy touchdown because James Jackson has such a size difference on his corner, on his matchup. But just the ball was way too short.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Vineland 15-yard line. O'Connor with Cobbs to his left. They're going to give it to Cobbs. Cobbs has some room, but it closes down quickly. Gain of only 2. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Clock now at 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Days to the far side, Saunders near side. Cobbs is the running back. Wing to the near side. O'Connor hands it off to Cobbs. Cobbs has room, and Cobbs is then taken down, and then we have a couple flags being thrown. So we will see what happens here.
24, Breon Cobbs, penalty flags on the play.
Wait for the referee to sort this out. Cobbs had a seam, and it closed in a hurry. So this was a 3rd down play. And it's a personal foul against Millville. So the question is, does the down count?
I would assume so. Because unfortunately, it didn't happen until after the play. We'll see here.
So here's the seam that was there, and then the ball sitting at the 24-yard line, which means it was a 4-yard gain by Cobbs and a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty, 4th down.
They did lose it down.
And it's 4th down from the 24-yard line. They have to get to the 5. So it's 4th and 19, and Millville will bring out 5 wides. And Millville calls a timeout. 2:25 left, 3rd quarter. 48-7 Millville. Back after this.
TD Bank sees millions of transactions, but we never forget it's the humans behind them that matter most. So, even though we're leading, changing where and how people bank, and we have the financial strength and industry expertise to support small and global businesses, we'll always believe in putting people first. And believing that is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
And now, back to the game.
So 4th and 19 for Millville, the ball at the 24-yard line of Vineland. And Millville will go with 5 wides. 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. O'Connor in shotgun. Vineland's going to bring pressure off the edge. There's the throw. It's going to be a touchdown. Ronald Saunders with the touchdown, and we have a flag, I believe. Penalty
flag on play.
It's going to be a hold against Millville, so that's going to take the touchdown off the board. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 29.
I say run the same play again. You got Ronald Saunders, whoever it may be, Ronald Saunders or Jake Days or Evan O'Neill, whoever it may be. Run on that deep post across the middle of the field. Nobody's there.
So there's only well, okay, now they feather the linebacker over. 4th and 29, O'Connor back to pass. Here comes the rush. Looks down the field, and he is going to throw it. He's got a man, but it's underthrown. It wouldn't have been a first down anyway, so Vineland takes over on downs.
I think that's Millville's first drive without scoring. Pretty sure. And another flag comes out.
We're going to call an illegal forward pass against Millville. So it's going to be at the spot of the foul, loss of down. It's going to be a turnover on downs anyway.
Penalty is an illegal forward pass and a loss of down. So we'll turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 for the Fighting Flames.
So Vineland takes over, so the spot of the illegal pass was the 31. So it's a 5-yard penalty and a turnover on downs, and Vineland will take over at their own 36-yard line. So Figueroa is the quarterback. And he's got Hill to his right, and now we have stoppage. Now it's going to be a flag on the play.
So making Jaden Jones get off the field for some reason. And they are ejecting Stephen Haynes, Coach Stephen Haynes, off the field as well for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why.
I'd like to get this explanation.
Me too. Jaden Jones is no longer on the field and Stephen Haynes is ejected.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike against Millville. First down for Vineland, their second first down of the game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Millville, 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10 for the Fighting Flames.
First down. And taking the run to the Millville 43-yard line is Figueroa for a gain of 6.
That was the best run of the day. Good gain of 6 there by Figueroa. Like I said, he's one that walks on this Vineland offense, struggling Vineland offense throughout the whole entire year. So hopefully he can come back. Or he's only a sophomore. He's only a sophomore, so he's still young. And this Vineland team is what Ryan Shelton told me is very young, very inexperienced. So they get a lot of returning players back, and hopefully they can turn it around. Not against Millville, but against other teams.
Second down and 4. Check that, 2nd and 3. They mark it at the 42. Generous spot. So Figueroa in shotgun. And it's going to be a run. Penalty is going to be against Vineland because Adam Zinkgraff, the motion man, went forward too soon.
Illegal shift against Vineland.
And that's the end of the third quarter with the score Millville 48, Vineland 7. Back with fourth quarter action after this.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Start of the fourth quarter, 48-7 in favor of Millville. And Tyrell Jaden Jones has taken off the field, and he's not back in. And now we have another flag on the play. It's going to be an illegal procedure against Vineland.
False start against Vineland.
So that's going to bring up now a 2nd and 13.
Speaking of Jaden Jones, I think he has his helmet off and a jacket. So I'm not sure if he was ejected, not ejected, but not allowed to play again. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Second down and 13 for Vineland. Straight ahead handoff. And it goes to Hill, and Hill will get
Number 34, Nyshawn Jones.
2 yards out to midfield.
Gain of 2, 3rd and 11 for the Fighting Clan.
3rd down 11 for Vineland at midfield. And we actually got a playoff without a penalty, which is an accomplishment. I wouldn't put this in for the clean game award.
No, sir.
3rd and 11 at midfield. Figueroa in shotgun, takes the snap. Straight drop back, looks, flushed out. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 for Figueroa. And it's going to bring a 4th down and 7. And just to note that Elijah Calderon, the starting quarterback for Vineland, is also a sophomore. So Vineland does have talent coming up.
7 for the Fighting Clan.
And that's one thing that Coach Ryan Shaw over on Vineland told me. I mean, we're so young that I'm excited for the upcoming years. The distance obviously wasn't ours.
4th and 7. Here comes Millville's rush. They throw it, and it's nearly intercepted. Out there was Caden Chestnut, and it was Figueroa running for his life.
Figueroa is doing all that he can. Playing both sides of the ball, having to come in short notice, have to play quarterback, running back, now that with the running backs out, taking these wildcat direct snaps, but also trying to throw the ball downfield. And he's gassed. You can see he's had his hands on his knees, just like breathing. He's doing all that he can for a team that's down 48-7, for a team that's 2-8 on the year. So I do give my props out to George Figueroa of Vineland. He's tired. You can see him, put his hands on his knees. But good on him for putting his all out there on the field.
So Millville comes out, and we have some wholesale changes. Samir Hadley is the quarterback. And he hands off to Jasir Graves, and he is running over Vineland tacklers. Takes it to the 34 of Vineland for a gain of 20.
I like watching Jasir Graves play a lot. He's such a hard runner. Knows to keep his feet chopping no matter how many guys are on you. Keep your feet moving. Make sure you don't go down easy.
1st and 10 for Millville at the Vineland 34-yard line.
First down.
Hadley in shotgun with Graves to his right. Takes the handoff. Pass out from Hadley. And getting a first down at the 20-yard line. I believe that's Marzine Johnson.
That's Amir Roberts there.
I checked that.
22.
Number 23, Mark
It is.
Johnson.
So yeah, it's Amir Roberts.
Also another flag on the play. Almost,
And looks like Millville will take a timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll stay here.
Nice little curtain call there from Isaiah Johnson playing his last game at the Millville Bowl. On to the next step for him. He's a senior offensive lineman. With a current call there for Jaden Reyes, another senior offensive lineman. Two big parts of that offensive line.
And I got to tell you, Samir Hadley's first throw.
That was a
nice little. It was well delivered.
That's a nice little
It
spiral.
was well delivered by the sophomore.
I noticed that. I was like, okay. I know it was like a little quick pass to the running back, but hey, I'll take it.
So Millville has it 1st and 10 at the Vineland 20-yard line. Hadley hands it off to Graves, and Graves is stopped after a gain of 2.
2 more flags on the play. Because why would we get through a play without a flag? Why not?
So it's going to be a face mask against Vineland. It'll be marked off from the 18-yard line after the gain of 2. So half the distance brings it to the 9, 1st and goal. So back in the day when there was like mud and grass, you could say a lot of players out there with clean uniforms. But that no longer applies. And that time, that was Roberts, and he got stuck by Caden Chestnut as he tried to cut it back up. And Roberts will lose 2 yards.
Shoot, other than the fumble recovery for a touchdown, that might have been Vineland's most electric play of the day. That was a good hard hit, a nice clean tackle.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. And you can see the play there. Roberts took a nice stick from Chestnut. So Dante Bennett's out there. Amir Roberts is out there. Also, Isaiah Rivera is out there. Going to Jackson in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. James Jackson. First touchdown pass of Samir Hadley's varsity career.
Love that for him. That was a good ball to the outside shoulder. He threw that ball to only where James Jackson could catch it. And then an outside shoulder. So great job by Samir Hadley. We were talking about it. Those couple balls that he threw have a nice little spiral on it. So they should be excited for the upcoming future. Seeing, once Robbie O'Connor leaves the Bolts, they have a good little backup in Samir Hadley.
And Powers comes on for the extra point. Snap, ball down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:01 left in the ball game. It's Millville 55, Vineland 7. Back after this timeout.
Everyone's talking. They're talking at home. They're talking on the job. Everywhere, at any time, you see people talking. But is anyone listening?
Jesus is. He's listening for you to call upon him, and he will answer. Let us introduce you to him. Every Sunday, 11 a.m., New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Here's the crew. We appreciate everybody. And while we're, Ryan already gave me everybody's name. So Rebecca Pantashine, Liam O'Haron, Matt Paulson, thank you. Anissa Zamat, thank you too. And thanks a lot to Ryan, who's my boss when I'm here. And here's the kickoff. And it's going to go to Alvarado, who's looking for room. And he will get... And he'll slice through and get to the 41.
Final return by number 9, Xavier Alvarado.
So thanks to the entire crew. Did a great job today. Appreciate everything. And thank you for watching on one of our platforms, either QVC 22 on cable TV 22, also YouTube, Facebook Live, and also Instagram. I don't know what our figures are this year, but last year in total, over all platforms, we had about 250,000 views. First and 10 for Vineland, ball at their own 41-yard line. Figueroa is going to sweep right, and he has some room, and he's going to get into Millville territory. He'll be near a first down, gain of 10.
Flag on play.
And it looks like, here's a surprise. Flag on the play. It's a personal foul against Vineland.
I don't know if you've seen that, but for some reason, number 24 on Vineland just kind of blindsided Martin Johnson. If the replay rolls out all the way, you'll see at the end of the play, there's just two there. They're chilling right there, and then at the end of the play, number 24 just kind of blindsides Martin Johnson for no reason whatsoever. And that's what the 15-yard penalty is for.
So the run counts. So it's a 10-yard gain by Figueroa, who now has 13 carries for 8 yards in the game. But then there's a 15-yard penalty against Vineland. 9 penalties for 79 yards against Vineland. 12 penalties for 110 against Millville, and it's 1st and 15 for Vineland. Millville's got a lot of their backups in. Figueroa will take it. Tries to get around left side. He's got a little bit of room. And he'll be taken out of bounds after he gains 7 or 8. Depends on the spot.
Getting Chestnut of Vineland is walking very gingerly, as we see right here on the screen. He got up very slow, and he's down now. I don't know what exactly that was, but it's definitely on his lower half.
And also, Figueroa is also walking gingerly. We have injuries on the field. We'll take a timeout and come back after this.
Celebrating moments, honoring memories. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey has over 125 years of dedicated service to the community. Whether you choose burial or cremation, you can hold a funeral service to honor your loved one. We are happy to provide a traditional funeral or something completely unique. Our honest service and commitment to excellence have served our customers well, and you can rest assured that we can assist you in your time of need. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Back to the action, and taking the ball.
Finally, carry number 8, Marius Hill.
Is Hill, and Hill gets 3 yards and a first down. Clock running, 2.5 minutes left here in this ball game, and what's a foregone conclusion, a 56-7 Millville lead. Figueroa is in at quarterback, and he looks for room. There's not much there. He will get a yard to the 48-yard line. 15 carries, 17 yards for Figueroa in the game.
Another flag.
And another flag. Plenty of laundry on the field. It's after the play. Unsportsmanlike against Vineland.
Good ball unsportsmanlike conduct against Vineland.
So it's a post-play penalty, so down counts. So it brings up a second down and 24.
Ryan, if you can flash that score one more time for the Middletown South versus Middletown North. I think Middletown North was only won the game by 1 point. I don't know what the score was, Rich. Six to seven, Rich.
There's a reason. There's an ulterior motive here, if you can guess what it is. Second and 24. Figueroa rolls out, tries to throw a pass, and they're going to say it is an incomplete pass. So, just to oblige you, we talked about the 1977 game where I saw Jeff Trout get the 2-point conversion, but he wasn't awarded it. And what was the final score of that game?
It's also 6-7.
It was 6. And in '78 at Vineland, guess what the final score of that game was?
Assuming 6-7.
So I'm just buying into what you're doing here. And they're going to let the clock run. This will be the final play of the game. Figueroa is just going to run it. And he is going to quintuple Vineland's output, offensive output for the year. So they're going to mark the ball out of bounds.
Pushing and shoving post play. Midfield, Octavian Spence and some other Millville guys.
And that is the end of the game after the 23-yard run by Figueroa. That will be the last play of the game, and Millville wins.
I didn't even notice they put a little party in for that last play. That's why the crowd was cheering. I was wondering why they were cheering. I'm like, this game is wrapped up since it's pretty much the first quarter. But they put Lil Marty in. Well, Shamar Collins was in for that last play.
So Shamar Collins gets it in for the last play of the game, and it's a 23-yard run by Figueroa, and it's pretty academic as Millville wins this game by a score of 56-7, and they are going to bypass the post-game handshake. And again, you're asking an old guy about what does it remind you of? It reminds me of 1999, where they shouldn't have had the handshake, and they did have the handshake, and it wound up in a big melee that had to be broken up.
The way that you've seen that game, and where, you know, Octavian Spence and a couple guys are pushing some violent guys in the middle of the field, you don't want to see that boil over into post-game to where, you know, constantly beginning of the field and parents and everybody else running on the field. You don't want to see that. That's what happened when I played. So it's a melee in the midfield, and next you know, all these family members, my brother ran on the field for some odd reason. Like, dude, I'm good. I'm not doing anything. But that's something you don't want to see. So I'm not mad at the decision to bypass the handshake.
56-7 is the final score here at John Barbose Stadium at Wheaton Field. We'll take a break, wrap it up after this.
Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
TD Bank sees millions of transactions, but we never forget it's the humans behind them that matter most. So, even though we're leading, changing where and how people bank, and we have the financial strength and industry expertise to support small and global businesses, we'll always believe in putting people first. And believing that is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
We're all looking for God. All the signs point to, there is really a God. We try to find him in all kinds of ways. in all kinds of places, and through all kinds of things. But there's only one way to find him. That's by personal experience with him. Come visit us this Sunday. We can introduce you to him. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Changing where and how people bank. And we have the financial strength and industry expertise to support small and global businesses. We'll always believe in putting people first. And believing that is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
Celebrating moments, honoring memories. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey has over 125 years of dedicated service to the community. Whether you choose burial or cremation, you can hold a funeral service to honor your loved one. We are happy to provide a traditional funeral or something completely unique. Our honest service and commitment to excellence have served our customers well, and you can rest assured that we can assist you in your time of need. Christie Funeral Home in Millville, New Jersey.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Back at John Barbose Stadium in Wheaton Field, and you see the final score. Millville wins this by a score of 56-7. And they have taken the lead in the all-time series with 68 wins, 67 for Vineland with 19 ties. We have our player of the game. Let's take it down to the field, and Tyrell Dunn.
Thanks, Rich. I'm here with Lil Marty Collins, Mark Collins, and Coach Ayala. First, how did you feel to get on the field for the first time this whole season?
That feels great. Take a minute and just be grateful for the opportunity to do that.
I heard your coach ask you before, were you scared to get back on the field? They ran for like, what, 20?
I wasn't scared. I was waiting for this moment, and that was really my goal when I found out that I couldn't play for the season, to just come back and dress up for Thanksgiving and be out there with my brother.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see you dressed up, and I was like, all right, I wonder if he's going to get in. You had a jacket on, you got in. Next step is college. How you feel about that?
Great, ready to move on to the bigger and better things in life. So it's just chapters and that you got to go through in life and I'm ready to attack.
I appreciate it. We all watch you grow up. I play with your brothers or your cousins and stuff like that. So it's always nice seeing you grow up, and now you're on to the next step. Coach Ayala, 6th straight against Vineland, Thanksgiving game, Thanksgiving Bowl. You were here with the trophy. How's it feel?
It's great. Anytime you could come out on top in a rival game like this, it makes you feel good. We didn't expect anything less. That's why we stress to our players, we're the kings of Cumberland County, you know what I mean? So, we're happy that we were able to enjoy our Thanksgiving and bring our trophy home to Millville.
It was so tough to be a player of the game because everybody did all so much spread out. It was all over the field. How do you feel watching your team not just have one star player, but pretty much everyone played against them? How did it feel to pretty much see that everybody was a factor in this game?
It felt great. It felt great. The only thing that bothers me is, the personal fouls and the unsportsmanlike stuff that we do. That is not to our standard. I don't care who's on the other side. I don't care how big the rival is. I understand that they had some things they did as well, but I hold our guys to a higher standard. So, those moments aren't acceptable. And, when we get into that off season, we'll make sure we address that because we don't want to be. That's not who we are.
I appreciate your guys' time. Happy Thanksgiving. As you see, 6 straight from Millville. That's all from here from QVC TV. I'm Tyrell at John Barbose Stadium. Another great win from Millville. Back up to you, Rich. Thanks
a lot, Tyrell. It's a 56-7 Millville win. Let's go to the stats. First of all, we'll take a look. Who are we taking a look at first? Oh, you had me going there, Ryan. So Vineland had 63 yards. Most of those yards came against Millville's second stringers. They had 1 yard at halftime. They gave up 285, 10 penalties for 94 yards. For Vineland, there was Figueroa, 16 carries for 40 yards, was pretty much the offense for Vineland. For Millville, they had 285 total yards. O'Connor was 8 of 15 passing for 164. Hadley was 2 of 2 for 25 yards through 2 very good balls. Breon Cobbs, 3 carries for 54. Graves, 4 carries for 24. Jaden Dace, 3 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown in the game as well. The bad part about this game, as Coach Ayala said, 12 penalties for 110 yards, 9 first downs for the Thunderbolts. So as I said before, Millville, with this victory, they clinch the 2020s, which means they've won the decade already. They can lose the last 4. Vineland has not won a decade since the 1970s, and Millville takes a 68-67 lead with 19 ties. And so Millville wraps up a 7-5 season with a 56-7 victory over the Vineland Fighting Clan. And again, I want to thank Rebecca Pantazine, Liam Mulheron, Matt Paulson, and Anissa Zamat for all of their help today, along with Ryan, who is our producer, and, of course, my sidekick, Tyrell Dunn. I want to say another season is in the books, and I'm looking forward to 2026. For the entire crew, I'm Rich Van Noord saying, see you in 2026.
This has been a QVC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QVC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QVC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.